Successive discounts. A company offers 4 types of successive discounts A to D as given below. On the marked price of an article, arrange the successive discounts A to D in an ascending order from the selling price. Okay, so this is the question. There are 4 of them. We have to find out how much discounts are for all these 4. So the first thing is they haven't mentioned the mark price, because what we would be having is mark price which would be getting converted into the selling price. This is what would be happening, right? So mark price, as they haven't mentioned only the percentages, we can assume any value. Let us assume it to be, as there are 2 hundreds involved, let us assume it to be, let us assume it to be 10,000. Okay, so for the first case what would happen is 10,000, let me write it down over here, 10,000, then 25%, so it would be 75% which would be remaining, and then after that 15%, so 85. So that means I would be getting a value of 75 into 85 will be my first value. Okay, this would be my first value. To find out the value, what I can do is I can write down 85 as 75 plus 10. Okay, so I would be getting 750 plus 75 square. 75 square would be 25 and 7 into 49, 56, 5625, and then 750 I have to add. So this would be equal to 0, 7, 13, 6370. This is the value for the first one. We have to arrange them in ascending order. Let's continue. For the B part, again exactly the same way I would be doing 10,000. So I would be getting a value of 70 into 90. 9 5 6300. So this would be my second value for the B. For C, let's find out. C would be equal to 35, so it will be 65 into 95. This, if I want to calculate, what I can do is I can write it down as 100 minus 5, so 6500 minus 65 into 5, 650 divided by 2, or I can say 325 minus 325, so 6 and 75 and then 175. This would be my value. This would be my value of C. So I got A, I got B, I got C. Let's find out D, the final one, in which there is 15% and 20%. So first of all 15%, so that will be equal to 85, and into 20%, which would be able to 80. Okay, so this I need to calculate. This is equal to 170 into 40, I can say 17, 34, 50, 70, 51, 6, 8, 0. Yeah, these are my 4 values. I got all my 4 values. So I have to arrange them in ascending order. So the smallest value, as I can see, is 6175. Okay, 6175 was 5 and 35%. So C is the smallest, and then C is the smallest, and then the next one is A, and then after that, after A, I would be having this value, which was my B value, and then finally D. So CABD would be my option. Let's check. Yes, CABD is my answer. Okay, so we got CABD as my answer for the first question. Let's continue. Arrange the following fractions in descending order. So I have to find out the values of these 4 fractions in descending order. Yeah. So first of all, for 5 by 9, what is the value of 5 by 9? 5 by 9, if I multiply it by 100, I would be converting it into percentages. So let us calculate the percentage. So this would be equal to 11.11. 100 by 9 is 11.11. So the value is 55.55. This is my first value. My second value will be equal to 7 by 11. So 7 by 11, if I want to, this is 55.55 percentage. For the second value, this will be equal to 9.09. 100 by 11 is 9.09. So the value is equal to 63.63 percentage. Third one, 8 by 15. If I want to convert it into percentage, I would be getting this as 320. So this would be equal to 160 by 3. 160 by 3. So this is 5s are 15 and 53. 5s are 15 and then 10, 53.33%. Okay, I got 3 values, and now the final one, 11 by 17 into 100. 11 by 17 into 100, this I need to find out. So 17 6s are 102, so 8, 80, 80, so 66 point something, so 66 point something I would be getting, but there is no 66, so anyways this is the maximum value, or I have to arrange them in descending order, so it would be D first. So the option should be starting with D. So the first two options directly gets eliminated. The next is B. B is 7 by 11, which is true for both of them. The next being C or A. So the value for A is 5 by 9, which was 55, and this is 53. So A would come first. So my option will be D, B, A, C. This would be my option. Option number D will be my answer for arrange the fractions question. Let's continue. Yeah, we got our option right. If 7-digit number 94, the number is 94A29B6. This is my number, is divisible by 72. Then what is the value of this? 2A plus 3B. And one more condition is B is not equal to 3. Yes. So first of all, 72, let's find out the factors of 72. 72 is equal to 2 into 36. So it will be equal to 6 into 6, or I can say 2 cube into 3 square. So it is a multiple of 8 and a multiple of 9. We know the divisibility of 8 as well as 9. First of all, for divisibility of 9, what we know is the addition of all the terms in this number should be a multiple of 9. So the addition of all these numbers is equal to 18, 20, 30. 30 plus A plus B should be a multiple of 9. Okay, the closest multiple of 9 which I can think about is after 30, which comes is 36. It can be either 36 or it can be 36 or 45. It cannot be 54 because it will be more than, it would be 14 more, sorry, it will be 24 more from 30, which is not possible. Sum of two numbers cannot be equal to 24 because it should be a number between 0 and 9. Okay, so these are the only two values which are possible, 36 and 45. So either A plus B is equal to 6 or A plus B is equal to 15. Let's continue. These are the only two things which we know. And now the other divisibility is divisibility by 8. Okay, for divisibility by 8, the rule is the last 3 digits of the number should be a multiple of 8. Okay, so 9B6 should be a multiple of 8. But we don't know what the value of B is. So one by one we have to take all the cases. 916 divided by 8, 926 divided by 8, 936, which is not possible because they have given me the value of B is not equal to 3. 946, 956, 966, 976, 986 and 996. I have to check all of them. So first of all, this is not equal because 1 and then no, this is not divisible because the last digit is 6, so it should be 16 coming at the end. Okay, something like that. Even here I won't be getting the value. 46 also is not giving me. 56 is also not giving me. 66 is also, let's try 76. 66 is also not giving me the value. For 66 I would be getting 17 over here. So yeah, perfect. 976 is divisible. So I got B value as equal to 7. I got the value of B as equal to 7. So one of the problems is solved. B is equal to 7. But if B is equal to 7, A is equal to minus 1, which is not possible. A should be a positive number. It cannot be a negative number in between. So the only case possible is this one, where A plus B is equal to 15. A is equal to 7. A is equal to 7, and then if I get A is as equal to, sorry, yeah, A as equal to 7, I would be, sorry, B as equal to 7. I would be having B as equal to 7 and A as equal to 8. These are my two values, A as equal to 8. So now I can substitute and get the value 2a plus 3b. So this would be equal to 2a plus 21. This is equal to 37. My answer is 37. Option number B would be my answer. Let's continue. Match the following. List 1 is having few values and I have to match it with the list 2. Okay. Here the basic maths which we learned beforehand, that would come again. DMAS. This rule we learned. Division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. This is the rule which needs to be followed to get the answers in the LHS side. First of all, let's start with option number A. 15 into root over 15 into 163 divided by 5 minus 89. Okay, so this is my value. So this would turn out to be 3, sir. 163 into 3, 489 minus 89, which is equal to 400, and root over 400 is equal to 20. So what I know now is this matches with 20. Yeah. So A is equal to 2. So first of all, this option directly gets eliminated and this option as well directly gets eliminated. So here I got A is equal to 2. What I can do is, yeah, B I can solve because B is different in these two options. Okay, so for B let's solve. 15 square is equal to 225, root over 15 square which is equal to 225, plus the other part is 11 into 9 which is equal to 99, or I have to find out the root of 324, root over 324. So this would be equal to 18. So I would be getting B as equal to 4. So my option is C option. I don't need to solve the rest too because I directly got my answer. Let's see. Yes, the answer is right. We got our option. Let's continue. Compound interest. An amount doubles itself at a compound interest in 5 years. How many years will it take to make it 16 times? First of all, let us write down the formula. Amount in compound interest is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. Yeah, this is the formula. What is happening is the amount is doubling itself in 5 years. So A is becoming 2P. This is what they are giving. The amount is being doubled in 5 years. So my equation actually would be 2P is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100. And this is happening in 5 years. This is what they have given to me. P gets cancelled out. I am having this equation of 2 as equal to this value. But what we have to find out is how many years will it take to make the amount 16 times of itself. So what would be happening is amount is becoming 16P. This is what is happening. So let's try understanding how to get this value. 16P is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 power n, where n is the value which I need to find out because I want to know when this is becoming 16 times. Okay, so here as well what I can do is I can cancel P, but there is nothing else I can do here. So we jump back to our previous equation, and what I can do is I can 2 power 4 is 16. So what I can do is take power 4 on both the sides. Okay, if I do so, what would happen is 16 is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole power. I would be getting 5 into 4 which is equal to 20. Yeah, now this equation and this equation are equivalent, and what I am getting is n as equal to 20. Yes, so my answer for value of n or the number of years taken by the person is 20 years. Let's continue. Yeah, we got our answer right. 20 is my answer. Okay, next question. Maximum marks in an exam. So a candidate scoring X percentage marks in an examination fails by A marks, while the another student gets Y percentage marks, get B marks more than the minimum required. What is the maximum marks in the exam? Okay, so we have to find out the maximum marks for the examination. So let us assume maximum marks in the examination as a value. Let's call it T. Okay, this is my maximum marks. Let us call it T. So what is happening for candidate number A is what I can do is I am equating the passing marks. I am equating the passing marks for candidate A as well as candidate B. That is what I am doing. I am equating the passing marks. So for the first candidate, passing marks would be equal to, first of all, x percentage of t. X percentage of t plus A I have to add, right? So this will be equal to passing marks. Let's call it PM, passing marks. Okay, passing marks is equal to x percentage of t plus A. And for the candidate number B, he is getting B marks more than the passing marks. So for B candidate, what I would be having equation is y percentage of t minus B is equal to again PM or passing marks. Okay, this is my equation number 1 and my equation number 2. And now as the passing marks is this and this, I can equate these two values. So I would be getting xt by 100 plus A is equal to yt by 100 minus B. Yeah, this is my equation. Let's solve it further. What I need is t, the value of t I need. So let's move on further. What I can do is A plus B is equal to y minus x, and I can take t as common, divided by 100. So my equation would turn out to be 100 A plus B divided by y minus x. Yes, this is my final equation. Let's see whether we are having this option as well. So A is not same. It is y minus x in the denominator. Even B option is not the same. C option is exactly the same, which we found out. Okay, y minus x in the denominator and 100 into A plus B in the numerator. Remainder of 6. Okay, what will be the least number which when divided by 12, 21 and 35? 12, 21 and 35 leaves a remainder of 6 in each case. Okay, leaves a remainder of 6 in each case. Okay, so the basic method is to find out the LCM of these three numbers, and then we can add 6 in that, right? So then we would be getting a remainder of 6 in all the three cases, right? So first of all, the first step would be to find out the LCM. 12 can be written as 4 into 3, 21 can be written as 7, 14, 21, 7, and this can be written as 7 into 5. This is how I can write them down, and then I have to find out the LCM. So 7 into 3 into 4 into 5. This would be my LCM. This is equal to 21 into 20, which is equal to 420. I got 420, but the remainder should be 6 in each case. So what I would be doing is 420 would be a number divisible by all the three numbers. So now if I add 6, I would be getting a number which is equal to 426, and this will give me a remainder of 6 in for all the three cases. Okay, so 426 would be my answer, and option number A matches that. Okay, so our answer will be option number A. Let's check out. Yeah, we got our answer right. 426 would be my answer. Equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle ABC is inscribed in a circle of radius 20 root 3. The centroid of the triangle. First of all, let's draw till this point. There is a circle, and there is an equilateral triangle, and there is a circle inscribed. Yeah, perfect. And then the radius r, this is equal to 20 root 3. So these are the things which they have given to me, and they are asking me the distance between the centroid and one of the vertices. Here the property of equilateral triangle comes up directly, that for an equilateral triangle, the centroid and this point, which is like the radius r, is the circumcenter, as well as orthocenter, and the final one, incenter. All these 4 points for an equilateral triangle is the same point, which will be 0 or O in this case. Okay, it will be O in this case. All the 4 points are the same. So directly we know that if the distance R is 20 root 3, which is the distance from circumcenter to the point A, then the distance from centroid to the point A would be the exact same, and directly I am getting my answer as 20 root 3. Okay, so let's check. Yeah, directly we got our answer as 20 root 3. No calculations needed. Let's continue. Simplification. Simplify this equation. This we have to simplify. So first of all, let's start with the numerator and then we'll jump off to the denominator. For the numerator, the first thing is 0.0625. What is 625? Sounds familiar. What is 625? It is 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. This is equal to 625. Okay. And if the value is 0.5 into 0.5 4 times, then I would be getting the value as equal to 0.0625. Okay, so directly the first value is 0.5. Let's continue. Plus exact 0.008. 8 also sounds familiar because it is 2 cube. So 0.2 into 0.2 into 0.2 will give me the value of 0.008. Yeah, perfect. So this next value is equal to 0.2 and the third value is 0.09, and but this time we have to take square root. So this is also 9 is also familiar. It is 0.3 whole square is 0.09. So 0.3 minus 1. This would be my numerator. What would be the value? Let's see. 0.5 plus 0.5. 1 minus 1. Oh, directly perfect. Good for us. The best part is the numerator is turning out to be 0. So I don't even need to calculate the denominator. I directly know my answer is option number C, which is 0. Great. Yeah, we got our answer right. Value of the numerator is 0. Gain earned in transaction. Let's start. A man sold 3/5 of his articles at a gain of 20% and the remaining at cost price. Okay, so and the remaining at cost price, that means the gain is 0% in the remaining part. There is 20% gain for 3/5 of the portion and 0% gain. So out of total, 3/5 of the total is having a gain of 20% and the remaining 2/5 of the portion we will be having 0% gains. Okay, we have to find out the total gain. So now as we are having these values, we can directly use weighted average. Weighted average, the formula is W1A1 plus W2A2 upon weights of 1 plus weights of 2. Okay, directly we can use weighted average over here. I would be getting the value as 3 by 5 into 20% plus 2 by 5 into 0, which would turn out to be 0, whole divided by 3 by 5 plus 2 by 5, which is equal to 1. Okay, we can also use t because we have written t, so I can write it down and then t would also get cancelled out. The value would be equal to 5 gets cancelled by 20, I would be getting 4. So 3 4s are 12. 12% would be my answer for this case. 12%. Let's see whether we are having an option. Yeah, perfect. We got C option as my answer, which is 12%. Let's see. Yeah, we are having this option C, which is 12% would be my answer. Percentage of students given below are two statements in class. Oh, it's a big question, and what we have to find out is which of the statements are true. Okay, so there are two statements given and we have to find out which statement is true. Let's solve as well. Yeah, we are having a little space over here. We'll solve it here. Given are the two statements. First is in class X, 30 students, there are 30 students in class X, and out of which 24 passed. 24 have passed. And this other class, there is Y, which is having 35 students, and the number of students who passed is 28. So what do we need to find out? We have to find out, first statement is class X has more percentage of students getting first division. Is it true? Let's find out. First division, the number of students in class X would be 24 by 30, which is equal to 4 by 5. And for class B, I would be having, for class Y, I would be having 28 by 35, which will be again equal to 4 by 5. So the values are equal. So first statement is wrong. First statement is wrong. The second statement is both classes have equal percentage of students getting first division. Yeah, this is right. We got the value as 4 by 5 for both the classes. So the statement 2 is true, statement 1 is false. Let's see whether we are having such an option. Statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. Perfect. We got our answer. Option number D would be my answer in this case. Let's start. Relationship between A, B and C. Given below are two statements, linear equations given that A is to B is 5 is to 3. A is to B is 5 is to 3 and the next is B is to C. B is to C is 2 is to 5 and I have to find out C minus A first of all. So I have to make them equivalent. So what I can do is I can multiply the first equation by 2 and the second equation by 3. So my A is to B is to C would turn out to be 10 is to 6 is to 15. Yes, these are my values for A, B and C, 10, 6 and 15. So my A can be written as 10x, B as 6x and C as 15x. These are my three values. Then C minus A will be equal to, first of all, C minus A will be equal to 15x minus 10x, which is equal to 5x. C minus A will be equal to 5x and will be equal to, first of all, 10 into A plus C. 10 into A plus C. This will be 10 into A plus C, which will be equal to 25x. So this is equivalent to 250x. Not the case. This is not the value. 250x is not equal. And the next being 10a, which is equal to 100x plus 25b. 25 into 6, which is equal to 150x. So even this is 250x and it is not equal to C minus A. So what we get is both the values, statement 1 and statement 2, none of them are giving me the answer. So the option which is true is option number B. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are false for us. Let's check. Yeah, we got our option right. Both the statements are false in this case. Let's start. The HCF and LCM of two numbers x and y are 6 and 210 respectively. First of all, the important formula which we know is HCF of two numbers and LCM of two numbers is equal to the multiplication of those two numbers. Okay, this is the formula which we all know. HCF into LCM of two numbers is equal to the product of those two numbers. So here HCF into LCM will be equal to 6 and 210. 6 into 210 is A into B. Yeah, this is the first thing which I know, that 6 into 210 is A into B. And the other part is, oh, the two numbers they have given me, it is not A and B, it is x and y. Let's call it x and y itself. And the second equation is x plus y is equal to 72. This is my second equation. These are my two equations. And what I need to find out is 1 by x plus 1 by y. 1 by x plus 1 by y. This is what I need to find out. So first of all, let's find out what the value is. Xy upon y plus x. This is the value which I need to find out. I know x plus y. X plus y, I know the value is equal to 72. And the denominator I know would be equal to 6 into 210. Let's try solving. 6 and 72 gets cancelled out. I would be getting this as 12s are. And here again what I can do is 6 and 105. 2 and 35. 2 by 35 would be my answer. Let's check whether we are having 2 by 35 as one of, yeah, we are having 2 by 35 as one of the options. So my answer is option number D. Let's check. 2 by 35. Perfect. We got our answer. 2 by 35 would be my answer. Let's try. Side of the triangle, an equilateral triangle ABC. An equilateral triangle ABC is inscribed in a circle of radius. Okay. So there is an equilateral triangle ABC which is inscribed in a circle of radius, the radius r is equal to 20 root 3. This is my radius. What is the length of the side of a triangle? Okay, so first of all, there are multiple ways of solving. The best way which I can think about is that radius, this point is not only my, this point is my centroid as well as my circumcenter. Okay, this is not only my circumcenter but also my centroid, because in equilateral triangle the property is circumcenter, centroid, incenter and orthocenter all are the same points. Let's call it O. Okay, all the four are the same point. So I know this is not only the circumcenter, it is also my centroid. And what does centroid do is centroid divides this line in a ratio of the point and this point, which divides the line equally. This is my median. And what does centroid do is centroid divides this line in a ratio of 2:1. Okay, so what I know is AO is to OB, or let's call this D, OD. This ratio is equal to 2:1. Okay, this ratio I know is 2:1, and what I know is 2 stands for 2:1, and what I know is this 2 stands for 20 root 3. This 2 stands for 20 root 3. Then this distance between OD, let's find out OD, the value of OD. The value of OD will be equal to 10 root 3 then. So I got the value of OD as equal to 10 root 3. I know the length of AO as equal to 20 root 3. The length of AD will be 20 plus 10, which is 30 root 3. This would be my value. Okay, till this point is it clear? Let's continue. So we got this value. Now the next step would be to find out, I got AD as equal to 30 root 3. I need to find out the side of the triangle. This is what they are asking, the side of my triangle. So the next step would be to know that altitude side of a triangle is equal to, or what I can say is altitude, or the length of the median, altitude is equal to root 3 by 2 times the side length, where this is the side length and this is the altitude. Okay, my altitude I know is equal to 30 root 3. My altitude is 30 root 3. This should be equal to root 3 by 2 times side of the triangle. This is only valid for equilateral triangle. This is the property which we all know is only for equilateral triangle. So here root 3 gets cancelled out. 60 is equal to length of the side. Okay, so directly we got the answer as 60. 60 is the length of AB, which is equal to BC and which is equal to AC. Okay, all the three sides are equal to 60. So 60 would be my answer. Let's check. Perfect, we got our answer right. 60 would be my answer in this case. Let's start. Averages. The average of 5 consecutive numbers is A. The average of 5 consecutive numbers is A. If the next 2 numbers are also included, how will the average vary? A very direct question. Okay, I know the value. It should be 1, but what we can do is let's write it down. Let's write down. Let's say the 5 numbers which I am having are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the 5 numbers should be consecutive. And what happens is there are next 2 numbers. If I add, for these 5 numbers, the average would be the middle number. Okay, all the numbers are consecutive to each other, so the average would be the middle term, which is 3. But if I include the next 2 numbers, my average would not be 3 now. My average would be the middle term, which is 4. So initially it was 3, but now it is 4. So that means the average has increased by 1. It shall be increased by 1. Perfect. We got my answer as the average being increased by 1 if 2 other consecutive terms have been added. Let's check. Great, we got our answer right. This would be my answer. Ascending order. Let us try understanding this question. A circle, a square, an equilateral triangle, a regular pentagon have same areas. Okay, arrange the following in ascending order based on their perimeters. Okay, so this is my question. First of all, it is on a very basic concept which we all know. The entire question is based on that concept, which is if the area is equal, then if the area is equal, then as the number of sides increases, the perimeter decreases. Okay, only on this very concept the entire question is based out of. So there are 4 things. So first of all, the least number of sides would be with triangle. So the value which would be having ascending order. So first of all, ascending order. So the smallest would be A. Circle is considered as a which is having way too many number, like it's having maximum number of sides. Okay, a circle in this regard is considered as a diagram which is having the maximum number of sides. So A would be having the least perimeter. Second being after this pentagon. So A, then D, then B, and then C. A, D, B, C would be the way I have to go through. A, D, B, C. So option number C satisfies. Okay, it is just based on this understanding that if area is equal, as the number of sides increases, the perimeter overall of that very structure decreases. Only on that understanding we got our answer as A, D, B, C. Let's check. Yeah, perfect. We got our answer right. Let us start. Last question. Progressions. Given below are 2 statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other one is as reason. Assertion is this, the reason is this. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer, whether assertion is right or the reasoning is right. Okay. So first of all, the sum up to n terms of this progression is, first of all, this is 1/2. So this is a GP. This is a GP which is going on. So the formula for sum up to n terms in a GP is A upon A into r power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, where r is the common ratio, A is the first term, and n is the number of terms. Okay, here we don't know the number of terms, so that's why it is n. Yeah, for n number of terms. So first of all, what is the first term, which is A, which is 1, and the common ratio is 1 by 2 by 1 or half, 1 by 4 by 1 by 2, which is always equal to half. So half is my common ratio in this case. 1 by 2 by, yeah. So this will be half power n minus 1 upon half minus 1. Half minus 1 will be equal to minus half. So my numerator will be equal to 1 by 2 power n minus 1 upon minus 1 by 2. Yeah. So this is my answer. So this will turn out to be, let us simplify it a little bit more because we have to reach that value. So this would be equal to 1 by 2 power n minus 1 upon minus 1 by 2. So this will be equal to 1 minus 2 power n by 2 power n into minus 2. So this would turn out to be 1 minus 2 power n divided by into 2 into minus 2, or what I can say is this is equal to 2 power n minus 1 into 2 divided by 2 power n, or 2 power n plus 1 minus 2 divided by 2 power n. Still no, this is different, or what I can write it down as 2 power n minus 1 divided by 2 power n minus 1. Still it is not the same. Okay, so that means the assertion which they have given is wrong. We have tried it in multiple ways of writing it down, but still it was not equivalent. So what I know is the assertion is wrong. Let us understand the reasoning. Sum of the geometric series of n terms is given by A into 1 minus r power n upon 1 minus r. This is completely true. So the reasoning is true, but the assertion which they have given is false. Okay, so we have to check one of the options in which assertion is wrong and reasoning is true. First option, both are true. No. Both assertion and reasoning are true. No. A is true, but assertion is true, but reasoning is false. This is also not the case. So A, B and C doesn't satisfy. the option number D satisfies that the assertion is false but the reasoning is true. Let's check. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got our answer, which is D. Assertion is false but the reasoning is true.
Hello folks, those of you who are thinking about IPMAT, the integrated 5-year course, you've got to think about it seriously. Parents who are listening in, you have to plan for this. After 12th standard board exams get over, there are a ton of exams. This IPMAT integrated course is a brilliant course. It's a 5-year course. Anyone who's interested in MBA, anyone who's saying, look, I don't want to do the mainstream thing, but I want to do something compellingly good, you must take this as part of your structure, as part of your set of options available. The number of seats is not too high, so you cannot say this is my only option, but you have to say, hey, I'm giving this a go. The exams to write, very clearly, these three. On JIPMAT is on April 26th. IPMAT for Rohtak is on May 5th. Indore is for May 12th. This is the simplest exam. This is the toughest exam. So be a nice gradation. You have to prepare for it. It's not a bleeding obvious exam that you can just go and wing it. There's also data interpretation, logical reasoning section. We guys have a course for it, which covers a bunch of live sessions. We'll be doing 6 hours of live sessions for 3.5 weeks as a run up to the exam. Bunch of mocks that we will administer to them and discuss and help and mentor and plan all of that with detailed video solutions. Whatever we do, we'll have detailed video solution for the previous year papers. We'll discuss them also in great detail. Come up with a good strategy for them to attack this. And the young kids, will do our best to help them take this exam, help the students take this exam. All of this included. The course begins the kind of almost immediately after the board exam ends. So it's on March 31st. So details of the course, how to sign up, when to pay, all of those are available in the description. Check that out, sign up and have fun. Best wishes.
Ram and Shams runs from point A and there is a point B, okay, which is 5 kilometers apart. So A and B are 5 kilometers apart. Ram starts at 9 a.m. Ram starts at 5 a.m. 9 a.m. sorry. At 5 kilometers per hour. 5 kilometers per hour. So that means Ram would be in 1 hour. It is 5 kilometers, so distance upon speed. So it will take 1 hour for Ram to reach B. So at 10 a.m. in the morning, he would be at point B. Okay. And what is happening is the other guy, Sham starts at 9:45 a.m. Sham starts at 9:45, but his speed is 10 kilometers per hour. Okay, so we have to find out where they would be meeting. So what would be happening is, first of all, Ram would be traveling, and at 9:45 he would be at some location like just before B. Okay, and then at 10 he would reach B, and then he would start moving back, and then in that 15 minutes Sham would have moved a distance. Okay, Sham in 15 minutes would have moved a little distance, and then after that we have to find out how much time. We have to find out when they would be meeting. Okay, so there would be meeting at some point over here. But first of all, to find out the relative speed, I need to find out this distance in 15 minutes. First of all, how much did Sham move? So in 15 minutes, how much? So 15 is 1/4 of an hour, and that too, the speed is 10 kilometers. So the distance traveled would be equal to 5/2 kilometers. So 5/2 kilometers has already been traveled by Sham in the meantime. So this is actually a little bit more. It is half the distance. So 5/2 kilometers has been taken care of. The remaining 5/2 kilometers, now what would happen is the remaining 5/2 kilometers, A and B would be moving, like Sham from this side and Ram from this side would be moving and covering this 5/2 kilometers distance. Okay, I know the speed, I know the distance between them, and I know their speeds. As they are moving towards each other, I have to add to create that relative speed formula. So I would have to add 10 plus 5, which is 15. So the time would be equal to 5 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 6. 1 by 6th of an hour. It would take 1 by 6th of an hour more after 10, because 9 to 10 they would have moved, Ram would have moved till B point, and then I have to find out the amount which is remaining. So 1 by 6th of an hour, 1 by 6th of an hour is, I know, 60 by 6, which is equal to 10 minutes. So he's taking 10 minutes extra after 10 p.m. So my answer will be 10 a.m. plus 10 more minutes. So this will be equal to 10:10, or this would be equal to 10:10. Let's see where we are having option. Yeah, perfect. We got our option 10:10 a.m. At this time they would be meeting. So relative speed, we have to start, we have to use relative speed. We can use relative speed when at same time. Okay, the time should be same when we are using relative speed. So that is what we are doing. After 10 a.m. I am using relative speed. So at 10 a.m. I would be finding out where Ram is, where Shyam is, and then I am using relative speed in this question. This is how we are doing this question. Ram and Shyam again. Ram and Shyam run a race between points A and B 5 kilometers apart. Let's draw also at the same time. There are 2 points A and B which are 5 kilometers. Apart. There are 2 persons. Ram, first of all, he starts at 9 in the morning, and Shyam, who starts at 9:45 in the morning. Ram is moving at 5 kilometers per hour and Shyam is moving at 10 kilometers per hour. These are the things which I know. What I need to find out is when Ram will overtake Shyam, or when Shyam will overtake Ram. This is my question. So first of all, at 9 if they are starting, let me find out when they will reach point B. Okay, first of all, Ram. If Ram starts at 9 and speed is 5 kilometers per hour, then Ram will reach point B at 10 a.m. in the morning. It will take exactly 1 hour for him. Okay, and in that 1 hour, at 10 a.m. in the morning, let's find out how much Shyam would have moved. So Shyam would have moved only 15 minutes, right? At 10 in the morning, it would be just 15 minutes he would have moved. So let us find out how much distance he would have covered in this 15 minutes at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. So my answer will be equal to 5 by 2 kilometers. Oh, perfect. So it is the middle portion. So when Ram has reached point B, Shyam has traveled 5 by 2 kilometers or is at the middle point. Okay, let's continue. So if he is taking 15 minutes to reach this point, the middle point, I know Shyam will reach point B in more 15 minutes. So that means I know that at 10:15 in the morning, Shyam would reach point B. Okay, but at 10:15, as Ram has reached point B at 10 a.m., so Ram would have already traveled a few kilometers, right? In this direction, Shyam would start moving in this direction, but Ram would have already traveled a few kilometers. Let us find out how much is the distance between point B and the point where Ram is now at 10:15. Okay, so first of all, 10:15 is my time now. I have already taken care of, it starts from 9 and 10:15 till 10:15 Shyam is not overtaken. So I know 1 hour plus 15 minutes, the answer would be at least more than 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, that much I know. Let's continue. But now I have to find out how much Ram would have traveled in 15 minutes. Let us find 15 by 60, and then what I want is at speed of 5 kilometers per hour. So 5 by 4 kilometers. 5 by 4 kilometers is the distance between them. Now I can use relative speed. What I know is the distance between them is 5 by 4 kilometers and they are moving in the same direction. Ram and Shyam are moving in the same direction, and I have to find out when Shyam would overtake Ram. So the distance is 5 by 4 and the relative speed would be, as they are moving in the same direction, I have to subtract, right? So this is 10 kilometers per hour and this is 5 kilometers per hour. So if I want to subtract, it would be 10 minus 5, which is equal to 5, or 1 by 4 hour, which will be equal to 1 by 4 hour is equal to 15 minutes. So after 15, extra 15 minutes would also be needed. So after 1 hour 15 minutes plus more 15 minutes would give me my answer. So a total of 1 hour and 30 minutes from the start point, it would take more. So from 9, it would take 1 hour 30 minutes more. So which would be equal to 10:30. Let us check whether we are having an option as 10:30. Yeah, perfect. We got our answer as 10:30 in this question. Let's continue. 60% of work done. Oh, nice. A is 40% less efficient than B, who can do the same work in 20% less time. Okay, so first of all, efficiency. Efficiency of A, B and C. Let us find out the efficiency for A, B and C. A is 40% less efficient than B. Oh, so if B is 100%, then A is 40% less, so that means A will be 60. And the third part is, I know the efficiency of B and A. The third is C. B, who can do the same work in 20% less time than C. 20% less time, so that means B is taking less time. B is taking 20% less time. That means he's 20% more efficient. So what I can say is this is 80. So these are the efficiencies of all the three. I can write it down as 3:5:4. These are the efficiencies of all the three. Okay, we are not done with the question. What is the next part? If A and B together can complete 80% of the work in 12 days. Okay, so first of all, there are days involved. So let's convert efficiency into number of days. If these are my three efficiencies, then and my LCM of these three values will be equal to 5 4 20, 60. So the number of days would be in the ratio of 60 by 3, 60x by 3 is to 60x by 5 is to 60x by, or x I can remove at this point, and then this will be 4. So the number of days would be equal to, this would be taking 20 days. 20 is to 12 is to 15. Okay, so I got the number of days are in the ratio of 20 is to 12 is to 15. Okay, so that means A would have been taking 20x days, B would have been taking 12x days, and C would be taking 15x days. These are the number of days. Let's now solve. I know A, B, C in the ratio of the number of days. Let us get to the next page. 20, 12 and 15. Now let us start. A and B together can complete 80% of the work. 80% is 4 by 5. 4 by 5%, 4 by 5 of the work in 12 days. A and B. So 12 days, if A is working for 12 days, plus if B is working for 12 days. This should be equal to 4 by 5. This is what they have given. So let's try solving this. First of all, 12 gets cancelled out. Here also there would be 6 and 10, 3 and 5. So 3 by 5x plus 1 by x is equal to 4 by 5. This is equal to 5x, and then 3 plus 5, which is equal to 8. This is equal to 4 by 5. 5 gets cancelled out, 4, 2. So x value is equal to 2. Perfect. X value is equal to 2. So what I know now is A is taking 40 days to finish the work, B is taking 24 days to finish the work, and C is taking 30 days to finish the work. These are the things which I know. Let's continue. This what they have asked. Let's find out. Then in how many days? 60%. 60% would be 6 by 10 or 3 by 5. 3 by 5 of the work can be completed by B and C together. Let us take the number of days as the what thing which we have to find out. Let's call it Y. Variable Y we haven't used, so call it Y. So by B and C. So the number of days would be Y by 24, B, and Y by 30. This equation would give me my answer, which is Y. So let's calculate. The first thing which I can do is I can write it down as 6 into 4 into 5. So here I would be getting 5y and here I would be getting 4y. So 9y is equal to 3 by 5. 5 gets cancelled out. This also gets cancelled out. 3 and 2. So y is equal to 4 into 2, which is 8. So I am getting 8 as my answer. 8 is the number of days it will be taking them to finish 60% of the work. If B and C are working, let's find out whether B, yeah, perfect. We got 8 days as my answer in this question. Roots of the equation. If the roots of the equation x square minus px plus 54 are in the ratio of 2:3, then what is the value of p? So as we know, any equation can be written as sum of roots into x plus product of roots. I know the roots are 2:3 in the ratio of 2:3, or I can say the roots are 2x and 3x. These are my roots. So first of all, product of the roots, which is 54. 54 will be equal to my c by a. The value of c by a will be equal to 54. Or what I can say is c is, yeah, perfect. So 54 is c by a, which is also equal to 2x into 3x, which is equal to 6x square. So 54 by 6, this is equal to 9, or I can say x square is equal to 9, or x is equal to plus or minus 3. This is the first thing which I know. Let's continue. I have to find out the value of p. So the next part is sum of the roots, which is equal to p minus b by a, which is equal to which will be equal to p is equal to 2x plus 3x, which is equal to 5x. So p is equal to 5x, and I know the value of x is plus or minus 3. So either p is equal to 15 or p will be equal to minus 15. These are the two values which are possible, and I am having 15 as one of the options. So I would be getting 15 as my answer in this case. Let's see. Perfect. We got our answer right. 15 is my answer. Let's try. Type of triangle. Points 2, 2, 6, 3 and 4, 11 are the vertices of which kind of a triangle? Okay, we are given 4 options. So the best way which I can think about is using distance formula. So these are my 3 points, 2, 2, 6, 3 and 4, 11. Distance formula is y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square, root, all proper root over it. Okay, so first of all, let us find out the distance. These are my 3 points, A, B, C, let's call it. So first of all, let's find the distance between A and B. That will be equal to, between A and B, my value will be equal to root over 4 square, which is 16, plus 1, which is root over 17. This is my first value. My second is between, this is between A and B. Now let us find out between B and C. The distance between B and C will be equal to 11 minus 3, which is equal to 8. 8 is 64. 64 plus 2 square. Yeah, plus minus 2 square, which is 4. So root over 68 is the distance between B and C. And now A and C I need to find out. So between A and C it will be root over 11 minus 2 is 9. 9 square is 81 plus 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. 2 square 4. So this will be equal to root over 85. So this is between A and C. So these are my 3 values, 85, 68 and 17. So first of all, 85, 68 and 17. So first of all, the distances are not equal. So this is not an equilateral triangle. This is also not an isosceles triangle because the values are different from each other. The third is right angle triangle. Okay, so let us use Pythagoras theorem. 85 is the biggest number. So 85 square should be equal to 68 square, root over 68 square plus root over 17 square. And yeah, 85 is equal to 85 we are getting. So this is right. So my answer is right angle triangle. For this question, the answer is right angle triangle. Perfect. We got our answer right. Right angle triangle will be my answer. Right triangle. Let's try. The sides of 4 triangles are given below. Which of the following is a right triangle? Okay, so this is my question. The 3 sides are given and I need to find out which of the following are right triangle. Let us make some space. Perfect. Now let's try. First, from the first I know 20, 21, 24. Okay, so 20, 21, 24. If this is a right triangle, then 10. Then if I divide the entire all the 3 values by 2, 10, 11 and 12 should also be a Pythagoras triplets, but I am sure this is not a Pythagoras triplet. Okay, let's continue. For next one, 15, 32 and 37. So this cannot be done. So let's write it down. 225 is 15 square and 32 square. 32 square will be equal to 1024 plus 225, which is equal to 9421 1249, and 37 square is not equal to 1049. Okay, so this is also not the option. These two are not the values which I can get my answer. The third option, 11, 60, 61. First of all, fourth option directly I know this can be written as 3, 4 and 5, which is a Pythagoras triplet. So D will be my answer. D is my answer. Let us understand C option. Okay, so C option, 60 square will be equal to 3600. 11 square will be equal to 121. So 3721. This is the value, and let us find out 61 square. This would be equal to 610. 3721, exactly the same. Okay, so even C, so option number C and option number D satisfies. Let us see. Yeah, perfect. Option number C as well as option number D satisfies us. Surface area. If each side of the cube is decreased by 19%, then the decrease in surface area is, okay, there are multiple ways of solving. First of all, each side, if I am having a cube, the best I can draw. So if the side is A, then surface area is 6A square. So it is dependent on, if this is A, then A into A. On this value, the surface area is dependent upon. If the side is A, then A into A. On this value, it is dependent. So my first method would be like to assume a number like 100 and then reduce it by 19% and then by 19% and then get the value. But there is one formula also which we have learned, that if the reduction is on two sides, then the overall value reduction will be A plus B plus AB by 100. This is the total reduction in percentage. Okay, so this is what we know in percentage term, the reduction. Here A and B are the same value, which is because A into A, so A and B are the same value. So it would be minus 19, and minus 19 into minus 19 will be plus, and 19 square will be equal to 381 by 100 or 3.81. So this will be equal to minus 38 plus 3.81. This value will be equal to 34.39. This would be my answer in this case. Yeah, perfect. 34. Yeah, this is 361, not 381. 361 would be the value, and then I would be getting 34.39 as my answer. Let us check. Yeah, perfect. We got our answer. 34.39 as my answer. Average speed of the whole journey. A person travels 3 equal distances at a speed of, so if this is the journey, then 3 equal distances, this is, let's call it D, this is also D, and this is as well D. Okay, a person travels 3 equal distances, so that means the total distance is equal to 3D. At a speed of A kilometers, A kilometers per hour, B and C. Okay, these are the speeds, and I have to find out the average speed. I know the formula for average speed. I know the formula of average speed is total distance upon total time. This is my formula. So this would be equal to, first of all, total distance. I know the total distance is 3D. So numerator is not an issue at all. The denominator, I need to find out total time. For this section of the journey, for this section, the distance is d and the speed is a. So that means the time will be distance upon speed. For the second section, it will be distance upon b, and for C, the third section, it will be distance upon c. So this would be my equation. We have to reduce it down, 3d, and then in the very denominator I would be having ABC, and then d I can take common and I would be having AB plus BC plus CA. This is my equation final. First of all, d gets cancelled out and ABC will go to the numerator. So I will be having 3ABC is equal to upon AB plus BC plus CA. This would be my final answer. Let's see whether we are having this option. First option is not the same. Second option is also not the same. Third option is also not the same. Wow. Fourth option is the same. There is extra 3, which is not the answer. There is this. This would be my answer. Let us check. Yeah, this is my answer. This 3 is extra, but this is my answer. Let us try solving this question on sine and cos theta. If sine theta plus cos theta is root over 7 by 2, then what is the value of sine theta minus cos theta? Okay, so this is the question. So first of all, the thing which they have given me is sine theta plus cos theta is equal to root over 7 by 2. This is what they have given me. What I can do is I can square on both the sides. What I would be having is sine square theta plus cos square theta, which is equal to 1 plus 2 sine theta cos theta. This is equal to 7 by 4, or 2 sine theta cos theta will be equal to 7 by 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3 by 4. So I got 2 sine theta cos theta, 2 sine theta cos theta as 3 by 4. What I need to find out is sine theta minus cos theta, the value of sine theta minus cos theta. So sine theta minus cos theta I need to find out. Let's call it sine theta minus cos theta as t. Okay, this is what I need to find out. So what I can do is I can square on both the sides here as well. I would be getting 1 minus 2 sine theta cos theta as equal to t square. This is what I would be getting. But what I know is 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to 3 by 4. So I would be substituting that. This is equal to t square, or 1 by 4 is equal to t square. T is equal to half. And what does t represent? T represents sine theta minus cos theta. So that means half will be my answer. 1 by 2 or half will be my answer in this case. Let us check. Yeah, perfect. We got our answer right. 1 by 2 will be my answer in this case. Let us start. Profit percentage. By selling 2 articles for 800, a person gains the cost price of 3 articles. The person is gaining cost price of 3 articles. So what they are trying to tell us is, if I am selling price of 2 articles minus selling price of minus the cost price of 2 articles is gaining me cost price of 3 articles. Okay, so this is what they were trying to tell us. The value of 2SP is equal to 800. This is equal to 800, but that we don't care at this point. What we care is the equation which we have created. So what we know is selling price of 2 articles is equal to 2 CP. I can take that side. I would be having 5 CP. Okay, so selling price of 2 articles is equal to cost price of 5 articles. This is what I know, and I have to find out the profit percentage. So first of all, selling price by cost price, the ratio will be equal to selling price by cost price will be equal to 5 by 2. Okay, so I can say 5x and 2x is selling price and cost price. I have to find out the profit percentage. Profit percentage, the formula is selling price minus cost price upon cost price into 100. This is my formula. So the value will be equal to 3x by 2x into 100, or the value is equal to 150%. Yeah, I got 150% as my answer, and we are having one of the options as 150%. Let's check it out whether the answer is right. Perfect, we got our answer right. 150% is my answer in this question. Let us start trigonometry, a question on trigonometry. Given below are the two statements, statement number 1 and statement number 2, and we have to check whether which of the statements are true or whether both are true or both are false. Okay, so let's start with statement number 1. First of all, cot 30 degrees. What is cot 30 degrees? Cot 30 degrees is equal to root 3. So this equation would turn out to be root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 minus 1 is equal to 2 cos 30 plus 1. But first of all, in the LHS side, I can reduce it down. What I can do is I can rationalize it. If I rationalize it, I would be getting root 3 plus 1 whole square upon 3 minus 1, which is 2. Okay, so this is what I would be getting in the LHS side. And on the RHS side, first of all, what we can do is the value of cos 30 is the value is root 3 by 2. So 2 into root 3 by 2 plus 1. So this would turn out to be 2. I can take common, root 3 by 2, and then divided by 2 gets cancelled. So what I would be having is root 3 plus 2. This also can be reduced a little further. Let's see whether it will be equivalent to that value. Root 3 plus 1 whole square is equal to 3 plus 1 plus 2 root 3 divided by 2, which is equal to 2 plus root 3. Perfect. So 2 plus root 3 and 2 plus root 3. So that means statement number 1 at least we know is correct. We have to focus on statement number 2 now, but at least we know statement number 1 is correct. Yeah, let's focus on statement number 2. What is statement number 2? Statement number 2 is 2 sin 45 cos 45. So 2 into sin 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is also 1 by root 2. So this value will be equal to 1 minus tan 45 cot 45. What is tan 45? Tan 45 is 1 and cot 45 is also 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So 0 is also equal to 0, which is true. So we got statement number 2 is also right. Okay, so both the statements are right. Let us check whether we are having an option like that. Perfect. Both statement number 1 and statement number 2 are true in this case. Let us start. Highest common factor. If highest common factor of equation x square minus px minus q equal to 0 and the other is 5x square minus 3px minus 15q is equal to 0. What I know is x minus 3 is a common factor for both. So x minus 3 is equal to 0. So using factor theorem, what I know is x equal to 3 should satisfy both the equations. Okay, x equal to 3 should satisfy first equation as well as the second equation. So let us put x equal to 3 in the first and the second equation. This is my first and this is my second equation. So let us put x equal to 3. My first equation would turn out to be x square, which is 9 minus 3p minus q is equal to 0. And the second equation would be 9 5s are 45 minus 9p minus 15q is equal to 0. Yeah, these are my two equations. Now what I need to find out is the values of p and q. So first of all, let us focus on one of the variables. These are my two equations. So if I multiply the first equation by, let's say, minus 3, then it would turn out to be minus 27 plus 9p, and this would turn out to be plus 3q is equal to 0. If I do so, this gets cancelled out. I would be getting 45 minus 27, which will be equal to 18. Yeah, 18, and then on I would be getting minus 15 plus 3, which is minus 12. Minus 12q is equal to 0, or 18 is equal to 12q, or 3 by 2 is equal to q. I got the value of q as equal to 3 by 2. Now after getting the value of q, this is q, after getting the value of q, I can substitute it in any of the equations. Let us substitute it in this equation. I would be getting 9 minus 3p minus q, which is 3 by 2, as equal to 0. So what I can do is 9 minus 3 by 2 is equal to 3p. 15 by 2 is equal to 3p, or this I can take it over here. I would be getting 5 by 2. So I am getting the value of p as equal to 5 by 2 and q as equal to 3 by 2. Let us check whether we are having any option like that. Oh, here itself it's written and we got our option. Option number C is my answer. 5 by 2 and 3 by 2 are the two values which we are getting. Let us check. Perfect. We got our answer right. 5 by 2 comma 3 by 2 would be my answer. The factors of the polynomial this are. So we have to find out the three factors of this polynomial. A direct question. Let's try out. X cube minus 6x square plus 11. So first of all, if I substitute 1 satisfies this polynomial. So I directly know that x equal to 1 is one of the options, one of the values. So this gets away. There is no x minus 1. These three are possible. So first of all, now what we know is x minus 1 is one of the factors of x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. Let us find out the other two. So let us divide. So if I multiply it by x square, I would be getting this as x cube minus x square, this minus and this plus. So this would turn out to be minus 5x square plus 11x plus minus 6. Next step, what I need is minus 5x. I need minus 5x, so this would turn out to be minus 5x square, and here the value would turn out to be 5x. So the value would be, this gets cancelled out, and here I would be getting 6x minus 6. So the next value which I need is 6, because if I do so, this would be 6x minus 6 and this would turn out to be 0. Okay, so if I divide this polynomial by x minus 1, the value I would be getting is this. Now I need to find out the two factors of this. If I split the middle term, I would be getting minus 3x and minus 2x as two of the values. So I would be getting x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. X I can take common, x minus 3, minus 2 I can take common, x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x minus 2 and x minus 3 are the other two factors. X minus 1 was already there. X minus 2 and x minus 3 also satisfies. So all the three, x minus 1, oh perfect. We got C option, which is having x minus 1, x minus 2 and x minus 3, all the three values. Let's continue. Perfect. We got our answer right. X minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3, all the three. Let us try 15 people. 15 people from different places come together for a family reunion. Each of them had 2 gifts, each for 2 gifts. The important part to understand is 2 gifts, each for every other person. Okay, so this is the part which we need to understand. For every person he is having 2 gifts, all the 15 of them. So first of all, let us find out what we have to find out is the difference between the number of hugs and the number of gifts. So first of all, let us try finding out the number of gifts for each person. So there are 15 people. Okay, one guy, all the 15 folks would be giving gift to all the 14 remaining people. So all the 15 folks would be giving gifts to the rest 14 people. And how many gifts he would be giving to every person? The answer is 2. For every person, the value is 2. So 15 into 14 into 2 should be the value which I need. So this would be equal to 30 into 14, 420. So 420 is the number of gifts exchanged. But this is one part of the question. The other part being the number of hugs. So hugs is very direct because there are 15 and the number of possibilities would be 15C2. So this would be equal to 15 into 14 divided by 2, which is equal to 15 into 7, or what I can say is 105. So my answer will be 420 minus 105, which will be equal to 420, 320, 315. 315 would be the value, because I need to find out the difference between the number of hugs and the number of gifts exchanged, which would be equal to 420 minus 105, which is equal to 315. My answer, option number A. Let's check. Yeah, perfect. We got our answer right. 315 would be my answer. Speaking the truth. A speaks the truth in 75% cases and B speaks the truth in 80% of the cases. In what percentage of the cases they would contradict each other? So when would they contradict? When A is speaking the truth and B is speaking a lie? Or when would they contradict? When A is speaking the lie and B is speaking the truth. These are the only two cases where they would be contradicting each other, right? So one by one, let's try to find out the values. Okay, for this case, A is speaking the truth, so that is 75%, into B is speaking a lie, so that would be 20%. What I need to find out is percentage of those cases. Okay, so this is one part, and the second part being this, in which A is speaking lie, so that would be 25%, and B is speaking the truth, so that would be 80% of the cases. So that would be 80%. So let us find out this values. So 75 into 2, 15 by 100, and here I would be getting 20 by 10 is less, yeah, 20 by 100. Okay, so these are my two values and I need to add them because these are the two cases which are possible. So 15 by 100 plus 20 by 100, which will be equal to 35 by 100, and I need to find out the percentage, so that would be equal to into 100. So I would be getting 35% of the cases. 35% of the overall cases would be the cases in which they both are contradicting each other. Okay, so let's see whether 35% is my answer. Yeah, we got the same answer. 35% is my answer in this question. Roots of the equation. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c, then what is the value of 1 by, okay, so this is the value which we need to find out. First of all, let's simplify it. 1 upon a alpha plus b plus 1 upon a beta plus b. So what I can do is I can multiply them. And in the numerator I would be having a common, alpha plus beta plus 2b. This would be my numerator. So one by one, let us find out the numerator and then the denominator. First of all, the other thing which I know is, if alpha and beta are the roots, then alpha plus beta will be equal to minus b by a, and alpha beta will be equal to c by a. These are the two things which I know. So let us put alpha plus beta is minus b by a in the numerator and try, because let's pause, and denominator we would be doing afterwards. Let's just focus on the numerator first. Let's get the value for the numerator. A into alpha plus beta is minus b by a, so a gets cancelled out. I would be getting minus b by a, so a would get cancelled out, minus b plus 2b, which is equal to b. So my numerator is b. Let us try now finding out the denominator. My numerator is b. Let us continue. The denominator would be a alpha plus b into a beta plus b. So the value would be equal to a square alpha beta plus ab alpha plus ab beta plus b square. This would be my value. So this would be equal to a square alpha beta plus ab, I can take common, alpha plus beta plus b square. So what I know is alpha into beta is equal to c by a. So this will be equal to a. this will be equal to AC, and the second term minus b by a, so this will be equal to minus b square, and this will be equal to b square. These two terms gets cancelled out. AC will be my denominator. I got b as my numerator and AC as my denominator. Let's check. Yeah, b as my numerator and AC as my denominator. So the option which satisfies, sorry, not this, b by AC, yeah, sorry, this B option is my answer, and so b by AC would be my answer. Let's check. Yeah, b by AC would be my answer.